Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, or Happy Monday. Today I'm coming at you with our weekly Minks Monday Q&A. The bag that I'm currently rocking is my Chanel Mini Rectangular Flap with the black lambskin and the light gold hardware. Alright, so grab your coffee, grab your tea, and let's get the show on the road. I know it's not going to be as long because a lot of us are hanging out with our family members, so let's get going, shall we? Starting with the first question from Hani Buonsante. Hopefully I said that correctly. When do you think that the mini bag trend will die? I like it, but I'm ready to carry everything but the kitchen sink again too. Fabulous question. And even though I'm not too, I don't really pay attention too much to the trends as far as what's in and what's out. I'm not very fashion forward. A lot of you guys know that. But if history repeats itself, I think that the mini handbag trend won't be here for another 10 years. If anything, I think it might be here for the next year, maybe year and a half, because I know that the mini handbags were very popular in the 90s, as were the backpacks, and then it started to die down, and then it went into the larger handbags and the buckets and whatnot. So even though I'm a big fan of the mini handbags, I have quite a few in my collection. I love a big tote. I love a big bag where I can carry everything with me. So I'm right there with you because even though I appreciate the small ones, I think they're super cute. They're very versatile. You can still transition from day to night, but there's just something so comforting about carrying this ginormous bag and just knowing that you don't have to think there and say, oh my gosh, did I forget this? Did I forget this? No, you open up your bag and you're like, oh, you need this? I got it. You need that? I got it. You know what I mean? It's that type of, that type of feeling that I get when it comes to carrying a large bag. So, like I said before, I'm not too... I don't know too much about fashion, but if history is right along those same ways, then I don't think it will be here for too much longer. And I think that those buckets, those large totes, and all that other good stuff will start to come in very shortly. So who knows? But I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that it'll be here for maybe the next, half year? Or do you think that 2018 will bring back those buckets and those larger totes? Let me know in the comment section down below. But hopefully that was able to answer your question. Next question from Karen. I was wondering what your thoughts are on the Celine Nano luggage. Would you consider adding it to your collection? Ever since Jerusha purchased one, I've been drooling over it. Wonderful question. And what are my thoughts on the Celine Nano luggage? I love it. I love Celine, especially their luggage collection. I know that they have a few others that I'm a big fan of, but I used to have the Phantom and the mini luggage. Both of them, I thought they were great. I ended up selling them because I felt they were a little too overwhelming for my body frame. And I had thought about getting a micro luggage because I thought, it's a smaller version of the mini. But when I saw Jerusha's and I was able to try it on and, see how it feels, I fell in love with the Nano. I really like it. So I think I might be gearing towards that way because the Phantom, the mini luggage, and the micro luggage, they are all pretty much either hand carry or crook of your arm type of bags. But the Nano, because it comes with the detachable strap, it makes it even more versatile. And even though it's small, it fits a lot in there, because of the whole tote, the tote silhouette that it has. So I still want to add another Celine to my collection. I just want to make sure that, going through what I went through before, the trial and error, that the one that I go for next is one that will stay in my collection. You know what I mean? So, the whole time I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be the micro. It's like I keep going down a size from each one, but I think the Nano just might be the way to go. So I love it. I think it's great, versatile, and their quality of leather is amazing. So huge fan of the Celine Nano luggage. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. Next question from Heather Wellborn. Why don't you do Instagram Live? Wonderful question. This is in reference to MMQA going live on YouTube. If it's not, my apologies. But if it is, I think that most people, or there's some people that don't have Instagram, so I feel that doing it live on YouTube makes it a little bit easier. But if that's not the case, if a lot of you guys would prefer I do do it on Instagram, that would be fantastic. It'd be a lot easier for me to do it that way. It's a lot more accessible. So let me know in the comment section down below if that's something that you would like me to do. Now, if it's not in reference to that, as I said, why don't I do Instagram Live? I don't know, to be honest. I do it from time to time, especially if I'm going to a Louis Vuitton event. I like to bring you guys along, or if I want to share some eye candy with you in the moment, I'll end up doing that. But for the most part, I don't know. That's a great question. I don't do Insta stories too much either. You know, I do them from time to time, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's something that I should definitely take a look at doing more this coming year. So yeah, so let me know again in the comment section down below if you would want me to do Insta Live for MMQA, because that would be a lot of fun. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. All right, next one from Erica Dimples About Life. I recently got red lipstick on my mono denim shawl. Darn holiday parties. What's the best way to get it cleaned? I would think the dry cleaners wouldn't dare touch it, as they'd be liable if they ruined it. This is a fabulous question. And what's the best way to get it cleaned? I would have to say that actually going to a dry cleaner would be the best way to get it, to get that mark out, especially because we all know that red lipstick can be such a hassle to remove. And it even says it on the little tag there. It says dry clean only. And the only reason I say that is because in the past I had always thought that maybe doing a spot, like a spot treatment on it, might be the better way to go, like dabbing out any type of stain. But when it comes to lipstick in specific, especially the red, it's always a lot harder to remove. And one of my girlfriends actually ended up doing the spot treatment. It wasn't red lipstick, but it was like a burgundy, like this beautiful wine color that she ended up getting on her shawl. And she did the spot treatment, and what ended up happening is that it kind of just spread all throughout that particular piece of the fabric. And it's not that it caused pilling, but there was a type of texture that the rest of the shawl didn't have, you know, so it looked kind of uneven. And then when she would kind of lift it up to see, you know, she's all, Minnie, can you see the mark? You can definitely see where she tried to do the spot treatment. So it actually ended up not working in her favor. So for that reason, I would definitely recommend taking it to a dry cleaner. I know that most of them will end up taking them no problem, and that way you can be assured that, like you said, they are liable for it. So you have that type of peace, like that peace of mind that way, and you know that when you do get it back, not only will it have the stain removed the proper way, but it will all be the same cohesive color. You don't have to worry about it being, you know, a completely different stain or spreading throughout the fabric or anything like that. So that, like I said before, I would definitely recommend taking it to a dry cleaner. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. Next question from LL Nuts. While in Rome, I purchased a bag I had been eyeing for a while. I was beyond excited, but when I began using it, I found it too heavy and cumbersome, just not working for my lifestyle. Also, I stopped reaching for it. The sentimental value is holding me back from selling it, yet that is a lot of money for just the sentiment. What are your thoughts? I am thinking I still have the memories and I should sell it and get something better suited for me. This is a fantastic question. All right, so what are my thoughts? The sentimental value is holding you back from selling it. I completely understand, especially because you end up tying so many feelings, so many memories to that item. You know, you remember what you were wearing, you remember, sometimes I feel like I even remember the weather, what it was like whenever I bought something. But you said it perfectly. That is a lot of money to just be sitting on your shelf. And the one thing about memories is that no one will ever be able to take those away from you. I feel that memories are priceless. And even though we tie them to items, if we end up selling those items, that's okay. Because I feel, like I said before, that the memories that you have with you, you will cherish forever and ever. And you also have to think about it this way. If you end up selling that bag, you put that money towards another bag, then you can make new memories with that bag. You know what I mean? So I always say your bags or your items tell a story, and you can end up tying memories to them, yes. And if you let go of them from time to time, that's okay as well, because the memories that live in your heart and in your mind, those will never go away. So I say go for it. And I know it's a lot easier said than done, but if it's just sitting there, you're not getting use out of it, then maybe you'd be able to find something else that you will truly love, that you'll end up using for a lot longer, or who knows, you might end up getting 2-3 items with whatever the price that you sell the item for. So hopefully that was able to help. Next question from Sarah Wright. What do you think of the camera pouch in Vernis by Louis Vuitton? Love the Amarant color. Great question. And the camera pouch by Louis Vuitton is available only in the Vernis, and it's available in two different colors, the Amarant and the Rose Ballerine, and it retails for $1,030 here in the States. And I will insert a picture right now. As I mentioned, it retails for $1,030 here in the States, and I believe it was 4 or 5 months ago when I was at the boutique. I had a chance to really try it out and see how many items ended up fitting in there. I love the fact that it comes with 2 removable small leather goods. You have that pouch and the card holder, so I feel that it makes it very versatile. And I also like the fact that it comes with a removable chain, so that way if you wanted to use it as a little clutch, you could. It is somewhat stiff, only as far as the opening is, only because of the coating that the Vernis has. And it's kind of similar to the Pochette Accessoire. I believe it's 2 inches in length shorter than this one. It's 1 inch shorter in height, and I believe it's around the same width, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a little bit smaller than this. If you were to put the card holder and the pouch, and if you wanted to fit your other items inside, it would make for a very tight fit, only because, like I said before, the fact that it's not as, you're not able to really open it up as much. It's not as generous as a canvas piece is. But if you, like I said before, if you were to put those 2 items inside, it would take away from how much you are actually fitting in there. But because it does come with those 2 pieces, you don't need to worry about a bigger wallet. You don't need to worry about those types of items. It would carry the essentials. So it's really going compact when it comes to that, bag. But I do like the shape of it. I like the size, and the chain is beautiful. It's not heavy. It's not, it's still very, even though it's not heavy, it has a really nice weight to it, and it just glistens oh so beautifully. So if you want something a little bit more dressed up than the Pochette Accessoire, I still feel that it has a pretty good price point for the fact that it is all leather. It does have that gorgeous chain for the strap, and it also comes with those 2 small leather goods. I feel that it is a really great, it's a really great value for the item. It's just a matter of how much you are looking to fit inside of that bag. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. All right, next one from Ms. Up. Hopefully I said that correctly. I was also thinking of getting a scarf for myself this week, but I want something not too loud, maybe the black one. This is a great question, and I'd have to agree with you that a lot of people aren't too crazy about the denim shawls because they feel that the contrast of the colors are a little too much. And for that matter, if you ended up going for the solid monogram shawl, that's a really great way to go. Maybe not this one because the hot pink is definitely very, very loud. It ends up standing out, but the black one is gorgeous. So not only do you have the quality of the shawl, but it's a little bit more inconspicuous, you know what I mean? It's not as in your face as the denim shawl one is. And another one that I really like with the monogram shawls is what colors? I forget the exact name. I think it's not the beige, but it's the beige color. I forget the exact name that it has, but I really like that one as well because I feel that with beige and with black, it goes with everything, and it's just a really nice, I love the way that the solids look, you know what I mean? It has the Louis Vuitton on there, but it's not so noticeable, you know? And I really love the colors that they have. They have so many to choose from, right? But as far as something that's a little bit more neutral, then I would definitely recommend either that beige or that black, and I think that you will absolutely love them. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. Unless you want the bright, loud pink. I know I do. When I wear all black and I have this on, I love it. I absolutely love it. Next question from Celine. Hopefully I said that correctly. What's your opinion on the durability of Chanel Velvet and the Chanel Iridescent Caviar bags? This is a wonderful question. All right, so what's my opinion on the durability of Chanel Velvet? To be honest, I don't know. I don't have any experience with it personally. I know from what I've seen and from what I've been told by various sales associates is that it doesn't have a tendency to wear very well. It also doesn't have a great resale value because of the wear that it ends up getting. But even with that said, I want a velvet bag so bad. I had been wanting a velvet bag for like the last 2 or 3 years, you know what I mean? I just can't seem to pull the trigger on it because I love the way that the colors look. They are so vibrant. It kind of reminds me of the Louis Vuitton Vernis, and because of the same feelings that I had with Vernis as far as how it ended up working out for my lifestyle, is that's probably what kind of hinders me from adding a velvet piece to my collection. But like I said before, a lot of the sales associates have said that once it starts to wear, there's really nothing that you can do. It's not like you can take it into the boutique to get it repaired, because it starts to thin out, and then you're left with just a spot of the color that you have and not necessarily that beautiful texture that the velvet has. And I know it's a matter of quality when it comes to velvet, because some fashion houses or some companies, some brands will have better quality velvet than others, from what I've been told as well. I don't know if that's true, but in general, I just feel that it doesn't wear the best. But those colors, my goodness, those colors, I can't deny them. I think that they're gorgeous, you know, and it's kind of like, I just have to get that out of my head, I guess. But the velvet texture, I love the way that it feels. I also like the fact that it's not very heavy. It makes for a very lightweight type of bag, but it kind of reminds me of the same jersey material that the Chanel pieces have. They are gorgeous, but they just don't hold their resale value as well, and they don't age as well either. So it's all a matter of personal preference. All right, and as far as the iridescent caviar bags, this is kind of, I'm a little intrigued by this, only because for the longest time, I've kind of steered clear from metallics and iridescence when it came to Chanel, or any fashion house for that matter, because of the same reason of how they end up wearing. I feel that any metallics or any iridescent, once it starts to wear, it kind of creases, and then it's really irreversible because of the texture or the coloring, not the coloring, the process that they do for the bags, right? So for the longest time, I kind of stayed away from it. And then when we went to Hawaii, I ended up picking up this iridescent small leather good, or this wallet. And I remember when I was talking to my sales associate, I said, listen, I always stay away from iridescent. I stay away from metallics. They wear horribly. They don't have a really good reputation. And he had said that they had revamped the entire way that they end up processing the leather, so that way they don't have as much wear as they did before. And I said, all right, I'm gonna hold you to it, because I'm pretty harsh on my wallets. You guys know that. I've always said that. And he said, don't worry, you'll be fine. There won't be anything that goes on with it. And so far, I can tell you with a straight face, I don't baby my wallets, because I don't have the patience to baby my wallets. And I haven't had anything happen with this iridescent caviar. I haven't had any, there's like no color transfer, there's no scratches. If anything, there's pilling on the little zipper part up here, which is normal because of, you know, how often I go in and out of this item. But it kind of leads me to believe that maybe they have, and I know I should have listened to them, right? But sometimes seeing is believing, all right? And it makes me wonder that maybe they did end up revamping it, and maybe they have a new system so where they won't wear as badly, And I honestly think that a small leather good will wear a lot harsher than a handbag will, just because of how often you end up interacting with the wallet. You know, you're constantly touching it, or not necessarily a wallet, just a small leather good in general. I feel that you'd really be able to see the wear and tear on those items quicker than you would a handbag. So for the fact that this doesn't have any wear on it whatsoever, for as much as I've used it, it makes me really happy, and it makes me think, okay, maybe going for an iridescent might be the way to go. So hopefully that ends up being the case with handbags. If any of you guys have had any experience with the current iridescents that there are, or any metallics, please let us know in the comment section down below when it comes to handbags. I'd really like to hear your opinion, because maybe, I don't know, maybe I would just, the luck of the draw with me, but if it's something that is really noticeable even still, I think it would be really great to know that. So again, if you guys have any experience with it, let us know in the comment section down below. And the last question from Wen Kimon 79, hopefully I said that correctly. I'm trying to diversify my handbag collection and was wondering what you think of the Fendi Mini Peekaboo. This is a fabulous question. Now when it comes to the Fendi Mini Peekaboo, I know that they currently retail for, or they start at $3,200 here in the States. If it has a little bit more of an intricate design or a little bit more embellishments, then it's a little bit more expensive. But personally, it's not for me. I do like the silhouette that it has, and if there's one thing that I'm crazy about when it comes to Fendi is the quality of their leather. It is so incredibly soft. Very durable as well. So I do like that. And like I said before, the only thing that I'm not too fond of is actually the fact that it sags in the middle. And I know that's where the name comes from. That's why it's called the Peekaboo, because you're supposed to be able to peek inside the color of the interior lining. I get that, but it's not necessarily for me. But like I said before, I like the silhouette. I like the organization that it has, and it also comes with a strap, so it makes it even more versatile. So if you're looking to, as you said, diversify your collection, I think that it would make a great addition to any collection. And I know a lot of people are very, very fond of the Mini Peekaboo because of the things that I said before. It's very, it's lightweight, it's comfortable, and it fits quite a bit of items inside, even though it is the mini size. I actually think that all the sizes are very, very cute. They're just not necessarily for me. So I say go for it if it makes your heart sing. All right, you guys, so that does it for Minks Monday Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to help and give you guys a little bit more feedback, a little bit more info on the questions that you had asked. I know it's a little bit shorter, only because I know that a lot of you guys and myself are spending these next days or these days with our family members. But again, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the red button down below and hitting that bell so you're notified when I upload videos, which is anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week. Now for this week's lineup, I have my December favorites. I also have my most used handbags of 2017. And I think that does it for this year. I think so. Probably not. I don't know. I might end up shooting for another video on Friday, but it's all up in the air. But if not, then this is the last MMQA of the year until we start off next year. And again, thank you guys for all the love and the support that you've given me this year. It's been so awesome being able to talk with you guys freely about what I like, what you guys enjoy, and we're just like-minded individuals coming together for a great cause, right? Talking about handbags. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later this week. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day, you guys.